Good morning, everyone. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options and your morning market preparation video for November 13th, 2017. We'll say I hope everyone had a great weekend and you're all ready to get after it this week. This morning, we seem to be starting off with a bit of a negative note, and I was a little bit concerned about that toward the end of the week, last week. For those of you who were kind of watching, I suggested a little bit of caution going into the weekend, and that looks like it may have been at least right for the moment. And here's what I wanted you to, I guess I should point out, is if you take a look at a close-up here with the price action of the market, notice that every single one of these highs from this high has been consecutively lower. Even though we had this nice little hammer type pattern drawn on Thursday where we had the big sell-off and the quick rally back, that did not fix our overall problem because that hammer did not follow through to a new high. So if we were to put a trend line down here, we're just making lower highs on the way down, and that was my concern. Before I'm going to be bullish, before I'm going to add any risk in the market, and by the way, that's why I didn't buy anything on Friday. Before I add any risk, I'm going to need to see some kind of a bullish candle that can break the high of the prior day. Because until then, I'm just trying to predict that the market's going to respond back higher, that the bulls are going to gain control. And as much as I want them to gain control, they haven't proved that yet. So I need to see a little bit more bullishness coming back into play. Now, this morning we're getting this gap down right now, and it's growing as the morning has been going on. We're going to gap down below Friday's low. We're going to gap down some 60 plus points, maybe 70 points, down somewhere in this range. Okay, that puts us at a situation where we could bleed right back off toward this low. Now, if we catch support right in here, then we're going to be okay. Meaning if we push on down here, buyers step in, we're going to be okay because there's nothing here in this pattern necessarily that's really bearish, okay? But any rally back that fails to make a new high would be the point of concern. That would be the place where I would get really focused on lightening up my long trades, because if we can't make a new high, can everyone see this would essentially build like a little head and shoulders top? That'll be the question, whether we can break on through if we do find support. Okay, so watch this closely as we roll along here. Let's take a quick look at the SPY. And the SPY and the Qs really kind of gave us some false hope, I think, on Friday. The SPY trying to push up higher. You can see here's those consecutive lower lows or lower highs, but we came really, really close for this hammer to get a follow through, a bullish follow through to the upside. It just didn't quite make it. So it was almost kind of a false reading. Everyone was kind of looking for that big pop, hoping, that Monday we were going to get that big pop follow through to the upside. And that was certainly possible, but I stayed out of the market. I didn't add any new positions because I was actually concerned that we didn't produce a follow through on Friday, and now we're gapping down, into here. We're giving up all of Friday's price action on the SPY. Let's take a look at the Qs. The Qs also gave us kind of a false hope. It looked like we were going to go higher. By the way, the Qs is the strongest index out there and has probably the most likely possibility of leading us higher. But as you can see, it tried, but at the end of the day, was not able to really produce a follow through to this candle. And now we're getting that gap lower, and not so much in the Qs that it's really worrisome. The Qs could just move lower and the bulls pick it right up after the bounce lower, and off we go. And that's something I want to mention here. First, let's take a real quick look of IWM. IWM is just not pretending. IWM is breaking back down. It's serving as kind of the boat anchor to the rest of the market and maybe giving us the clue that there's trouble ahead. So kind of keep an eye on that IWM. Let's take a quick look at the VIX. Now, here's what I was reading about a little bit of concern, and where we could actually completely reverse today's morning drop all at once. Okay, anytime we see the VIX popping up like this, we have to realize that volatility is rising in the market. What does volatility mean? Well, volatility means that we can see prices flip back and forth. So we could get an initial push down in the morning, right at the market open, and have it be completely reversed by bulls stepping in and buying it up almost immediately in the market open. Okay, right after the market open. Vice versa is also true. We could, anytime we see that gap up open like that, we could definitely see the bears step in and push it right back down. Now, price action like that, when we whip higher and whip lower, is called a whipsaw. And that whipsaw is very, very dangerous for most people to trade. You have to be very quick, very, very fast in your market trading to take advantage of that. So I would suggest when we look at the overall market right now, realizing that the VIX is rallying out of a historic low, okay, that we have the potential of some big or very quick whips. So my suggestion is at the market open, particularly today, looking at this market kind of moving lower, at the market open, I would suggest not chasing the short. I know there's a lot of folks out there thinking, hey, the market's ready to fall off a cliff. It's up too far. It's got to fall here eventually. And that may be true, and it may fall. But you don't want to chase it because we could immediately get that whip right back. So make sure whatever you decide to do, make sure you really focus on that price action and wait for the follow through. And it's really not that hard to do. For example, you don't have to chase the move. Let's take this for example. Right in here, the diamonds gapped up. Was it necessary to chase this to get into this trade? Well, really no, because it rested right here one day and then gave us an opportunity to trade it higher. Okay? We could have, even if we missed this entire move right here, okay? The entire thing, I meant to get this tool. If we missed that entire move, notice that right over here, the market gave us another opportunity to trade, and it gave us another one here. Okay, so the market, if it's trending, will always continue to produce opportunities to trade. So we as retail traders have to make the decision: do we want to chase a move, or do we want to wait for the better signal? Now, I will tell you that my success in trading has come from being patient. My success in trading has come from the ability to wait for the market to prove what it wants to do, that it can hold support, that it's failing at resistance before I move in. I know that it's quality trades over a quantity of trades that makes the difference. I don't have to trade every day, and I don't have to trade every second of the day to be successful. What I have to do is wait for the best trades. So I'm suggesting to everyone to just take a breath. Don't chase this market. Don't just automatically assume that the bears are taking over and that we're going to fall. Don't just automatically assume that the bulls are going to come back in at support and reverse this back higher. Wait for proof, and then you can follow along. So with that, hey folks, I hope you find that helpful, and don't mean to be preachy or anything. I really am trying to help people do better in the market, trade better, trade more like a professional, and not just get those emotional responses that most people trade with. That's why most people lose in the market. Folks, if this is the first time you've seen this information, I do this every single day as part of my preparation for the market day. I feel it's very important to rely on preparation and not luck. And if you find this useful, please do me a favor. Click that subscribe button on YouTube, that follow me button on Facebook, and please feel free always to drop a comment, leave your ideas, and feel free to share this with any friends, family that you might think can benefit from this kind of preparation. Everyone, I want to wish you all a profitable day, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Take care now.